Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to X. Hope everyone's doing well. I've nearly let 24 hours settle due to the fact I've got some bad news. So I wanted to push it back as far as I can because there is bad news in the show. And as always, this is a disclaimer. I will be as negative as I can be because there are still negative points for myself. Not saying everyone should be negative, but there's still stuff I'm not happy with, even though we did beat Real Madrid 3-0. But I won't change for no one. So, how you doing, Nick?
Yeah, I'm the day after, the night before. It was great. Oliver was sat there. It is so weird because he was so confident, and I'm like, "Where are you getting this confidence from?"
He's been speaking to Tony, He's been speaking to Tony.
I'm like, anything that can go wrong will. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I'm an ops man. I plan for worst case scenarios all the time.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, bag of nerves. And then 20 minutes into the second half or so, I was kind of like, well, do you know what? They haven't got our number, It was just kind of, there was a couple of scares when like Mbappe got through and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But by and large, my friend, I'm very, very well. It was a good day. Good day.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the result. Of course I am.
Oh,
Why
of
would
course.
I not be?
Yeah.
But there are, because I look into games a lot deeper, because obviously I have to do the show. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a bit pointless if I don't look into the game. There are negatives.
It's good to be objective.
Yeah, and I have to point them out. Big up to I'm going to try and do this properly. Goldick like TV. I think that's how you say it. I'm doing my best, honestly. for my brain, it just doesn't compute.
See, a bit for me, I want to say ickle. Like sometimes how people pronounce like little ickle.
Yeah,
that's like ickle KE TV. I don't know.
Big up to you. Yes, you were positive. I am Mr. Negative. I'm well known for it. One of my nicknames. I've got a few. Mr. Grumpy is one of them. So that's just the way I am. I'm never going to change. I'm always grumpy. Big up to Geeks already in the house. The panel. Yes, you are very handsome and wise.
I mean, these people are so nice in the chat. It's awesome.
Big up to Munsey, just in time for the day. Munsey, I love you. How's United getting on? Just wondering how United are getting on. Just want to know. Well, I didn't think you will win the Champions League, but that's a great win and a great way to prove me wrong. I'm shaking when I say this, but yeah, I'm sure you are. Look,
only 4 games to go. Only 4 games to go,
mate. I am not going to say we're going to win it because that is just not me. I think
it's not me either.
I'll be honest. PSG are a very good team. And I would dread getting Aston Villa. I'd be honest because
I'm with you. The PSG we beat 2-0 earlier in the season is not the PSG we'd be facing.
No, hell no. And I think a lot of people forget that there was passages in that game with PSG where they were absolutely all over us. We were just very good defensively.
Barcola and Dembele were just
crikey, yeah. But I would not want to play Aston Villa either. I'll be honest.
Not after the last couple of seasons.
No, exactly, because they know how to play us. And
I'll take my chances with PSG.
Yeah, so
if we get it done at the Bernabeu.
Well, this is the thing, exactly, and this is how this show will go, people. Yes, we're 3-0 up, but I'm not taking anything for granted for next week. I will be doing the watch long because my son is off school, so I will be doing it.
I mean, Bobby, just to be clear, we could be 5-0 up with 15 minutes to go in the Champions League final, and I would still have kittens about us losing.
100%. 100%. It's football. This is Arsenal. We've been Arsenal fans long enough to know. All I have to say is Naeem from the halfway line.
I know, right? Don't. Even in tears in the back of the net in that lovely goalkeeper kit.
Exactly. Real Saragossa. Whoever thought that they'd beat us? But that's we've been here long enough to know that anything can happen with our Arsenal. They like to get us all excited and disappoint us. It's a bit like a Saturday night with your partner sometimes. If you know, you know. Fair play. Best performance of the season, all goal bangers. Ancelotti's ship has definitely ran at Real Madrid. Now time for new voice. Credit to Arsenal. No one should take that away from Arsenal. I definitely won't. But I've said for quite a while about Mbappe. I think he's a big problem. I don't like him. I don't like his personality. PSG look way better without him.
But then I think PSG are looking better without him too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there are just some players. They've got all the talent in the world, but how they translate into a team doesn't always.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Oh, hang on. Oh, right. My pod brother is backstage, and I know he's on holiday, so I'm going to quickly let him in. Big up, Chris. Hope you well, but I'm going to have to speak to my pod brother because I know he's on holiday. So, hello, Brent.
Hello.
Oh, look at him.
How you doing?
Are you?
Oh, it's been good. It's been good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when you get back, mate.
Hey,
Look at what he's having to dip to.
We'll be back Friday morning.
Perfect.
Back Friday morning, so I'll definitely be back for the Brentford preview.
Excellent. Oh, you are a star. See, I love him.
It's got FaceTime.
Did not get to see the game at all yesterday.
What? Oh no.
No, all we had was Sky. All we've got here was Sky Sports News, and I was having issues with my football app.
No.
So I couldn't access it, couldn't do anything really. So yeah,
you didn't miss much.
So I was just listening to Paul Merson go wild.
Mate, I will be honest, right? And Nick is old enough as just like us, right? It's probably one of the best nights. I do say one of the best nights for Arsenal.
At the Emirates.
Yeah.
I would say
definitely
that
at the Emirates.
The best. Yeah, the best.
Oh no, I've seen some nights at Highbury that I will never.
Oh no, Emirates era.
I
think
Emirates,
that sits at the top of the Emirates era. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bren, you definitely need to watch the game if you can, mate.
Well, what I'm going to do is it was just a quick hello. So we've got Wi-Fi where we are at the moment. We're in Dominica, a lovely beach here.
Nice.
But I'm going to see if I can access YouTube and check out the goals.
Yes, please do, mate, because we actually scored 2 free kicks, Bren.
I know. Look, and we've been talking about that. How long? How long we've been talking about that?
How long have we been saying about Declan Rice should take them?
Well, yeah, exactly. But listen, look forward to Friday. Whenever the preview is, I'll be on it.
Yeah, it'll be 6:45, mate, as always. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll be fine for that.
Excellent stuff, mate. I shall enjoy the rest of your holiday. Say hello
Thank
to
you very
Mrs.
much.
Brenny. Say hello to Mrs. Brenny for us as well, and I'll speak to you later, mate. All right.
Yeah, it's okay. See you Friday. Take care, everyone.
Mate. Take
care, buddy. See, I was starting to feel sorry for him, but then I remembered where he was, and I'm like, no, I'm not
he's been in Caribbean. This sod.
I know, right?
It's all right for some minute, but no, it's been lovely. I've missed him. I've missed him, to be fair, because
he's a lovely guy,
brother. Big up to Arsenal above all, saying, "Come on, you rip-roaring goal-scoring gunners." Hi, Bobby and Nick. Head still spinning after last night. You know what? My feet are still very firmly on the ground. It was a very good night. I enjoyed it. But
I'm worried about what you're going to say. There was a couple of players that came off that I've been worried about and not heard anything. So
yeah, like I said, this is why I've tried to let you all enjoy it as much as possibly can. But I do have some bad news coming up. 10 men, Arsenal beating. Yes. We'll get on to him as well. Don't you worry. I know exactly who he's on about. Hi, I literally can't get over what happened last night in Rice free kicks. Just wow. Beautiful, don't they? Me and Bren have been saying this for weeks. Let Declan take some because he's got a beautiful strike. He knows how to place it.
Yep.
He is the perfect man to do it.
I mean, when the earlier in the season, it was Saka, Bukayo, and Declan putting the balls on a sixpence into the box, wherever, front post, back post, middle of the box, and they were doing it. And you could rely on the delivery, and that's why we were so dangerous. Even the ones where they just went wide or it was a bad connection, but it was never the delivery. And so it just makes sense if they can do that from that position.
Yeah, 100%. Big up to Scott 8 though. Nervous for a Gooner, not sure why, as you bottle it every year. Big up to you, Mads. I want Arsenal to go through as much as yeah. I get what you're saying because some of our
I do.
fans
Our
are
fan base,
annoying.
it just
You did say 3-0. To be fair, mate, I went 2-1 to Real Madrid as well because I didn't see us not conceding. But
no, I said I could see it as like a draw, but I said if somebody was going to win, I could see goals for either side. I didn't think it was going to be a 2-1. I thought it was going to be a 3 or 4-0, but I couldn't tell you what side.
Yeah, I agree. I'm more nervous now than I was before. Surely 3-0 is enough. Can't never.
How much is enough? How much is enough? Never.
You are spot on with you can never rule out Madrid, especially at the Bernabeu. No. If we managed to get a 3-0 away win in the first leg at the Bernabeu and we were coming home, then I'd feel way more confident.
Absolutely.
But it's the vice versa, and that scares me.
I think it's all about Arteta getting the emotional level of the players right, so that they're not too hyped that they go out onto the pitch and fall flat, and that they're not nervous and make a mistake and give away an easy goal. Whatever Madrid are going to get out of us, they've got to work their arse off for it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what we've got to do.
Oh yeah, 100%. Definitely don't want Aston Villa because of one man. I know. 100%. No. Me doing the watch long means it's going to be a 0-0 draw, which means we go through. That's the reason I'm doing it.
That's all good, Bobby. You do it, mate. You do God's work there.
Not enough fans talking about give your performance. Please,
I was
about him, mate. Wait to the player ratings because he was sublime.
He was.
Absolutely,
he had that one pass.
Yep.
And you was like, oh shit, here we go. Oh, sorry, Bob.
No.
And then it was just like, oh no. And then after that, it was almost like he got it out of his system, focused in, and he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was absolutely incredible last night. I'm not worried about Villa. We repeat our league results against them this season. We'll be fine. They'll be worried about facing us. Everyone else in the comp will after last night.
Yeah.
I'm still not over it. I don't like getting away with the fairies sometimes. I just like to keep my feet firmly on the ground and go one game at a time, and that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not.
You know what it is? I think that there is genuinely in Europe a respect for Arsenal, and you've got to remember that we have to go every single season to Anfield, the Etihad, Old Trafford, White Hart Lane, Stamford Bridge, and usually these are big games for other European clubs, but we have to do that. And then we're talking Villa Park and St. James's. You know, they are tough places to go to. These boys are well versed in doing this. So there's a little bit of me when I'm trying to be positive, I'm thinking maybe Madrid again will take us for granted almost a second time, in the sense they're going to expect us to crumble. But we're big, strong boys, you know, and these guys have been tried and tested now. So
yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens next week. It's going to be an interesting game anyway. Too many egos in that Madrid lineup. Jude, Mbappe, and Vinicius. Yeah, Vinicius is definitely a problem as well. Yeah, I've heard they're considering trying to sell him to Saudi, so that tells you everything that you need to know about him. Scott saying hi to Brenny. It's good to see Brenny. We'll see him on Friday night. Bless him. I'm in good mood myself in terms of Liverpool news and noises. I wish I would do Liverpool content because I know what you're on about, and they have both signed. But you need to know a little bit more about why Salah has signed. You need to dig. Chris, I would recommend you dig, because there is some information which will be aimed at the owners. Don't be happy about the owners. That's all I would say. Stay out there, Brent. The curse has been broken since you've been out there. I'll be honest. He's been gone, but we had that horrible performance against Everton, which I have not forgotten, people. That was a horrible game. But yeah, oh my God, really no way, Brittany. Two phenomenal free kicks, absolutely stunning. Temi, evening, Bobby. Sad I miss Brent. No, it's all right. You'll see him again on Friday, mate. Everyone gets a 10. Even for not coming on. I'll ask you again, what if it all works out and we win it? We'll come back to that if it happens. I'm not getting carried away. Why are we pouring? Well, this is my issue. I don't agree with the last part.
I can give. Yeah, I've got my views on that.
I know everyone's got their views, but we still were very poor, and we've been poor in the beginning of the season as well. Because I know what Nick said earlier about what I said in the group WhatsApp, but we've had other games this season where we were just poor, absolutely atrocious.
Yep.
And if he's just focusing on the Champions League and has given up on the Premier League so early, I'll question his brain, if I'm honest. I want the league. 100% right, Chris. I was never happy. But yeah, I definitely dig, mate. Dig. Liverpool need Carlisle owners. Right, let's get into the actual show now. I need to bring up the slides. There we go. Obviously, we've already talked about the goals, apart from Marino's, which again,
what a great goal! What a great goal! And it just goes. Finish. I mean, poor guy. He scores a goal like that, and I think, had it not been for Rice's blooming free kicks, everybody would be going mental about it.
Yeah,
because the way he met that shot into that bottom corner, he gave Rudiger no chance. No. Who could have? No, he was trying to close him down, but Courtois was getting nowhere near it. Nowhere 100%. Near it. Sweet as you like. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Lewis Skelly again with the assist as well.
I know.
Can't forget him actually passing it in a beautiful way as well. It wasn't over here. It was just right.
Just right.
But yeah, that's why I made sure that Marino was on the FUB now, because I didn't want to make it all about Declan. Because I mean,
credit to him, he didn't even take a touch, which I think there's quite a lot of our forward players that are quite guilty of that. He just met it and shot it. And it's beautiful.
He has got a sweet strike on him. He really does. I just wish he was a good midfielder. I'll be honest. Let's be honest, right? He's not hit the ground running at our club in midfield. No, he's doing a great job at what he's being asked to do.
But now,
yeah.
Who I mean, you would take Odegaard out, but because he's their lowest performing out of the three. But then there's no creativity whatsoever, because for me, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sold as Declan as the 8. I think he's a brilliant 6 or a playmaker 6.
Yeah.
And I can understand how exactly we're going to use them, because I think I was one of the first to talk about our possible formation next year.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to shine in that position with who he could potentially be paired with. And but where would Marino go? He's a confusing signing for me. It's worked out because what he's done up front.
Yeah, it has.
But it was confusing.
It confuses me a little bit for next season, because obviously I know what we're trying to do.
Position for him.
Nor do I. I'll be honest, and I'll be shocked. He has been extremely strict when he comes to it. If he doesn't want someone, he just sells them. But he's been utilizing Marino now quite well. And I'll be very shocked, because I've definitely not heard anything that he's leaving.
There's one position for me. So for anybody, in the chat, I'm predicting that Arsenal might use a 4-2-3-1 next year. And when I say 4-2-3-1, that is our starting formation. When you actually watch modern teams play, they don't always stick in that formation. There's a lot of situational formations and transitioning and blah 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 blah. But so as we go from the front now, we got the number 9, and then you come back. That central position, that could be your 10 or an attacking midfielder. It could be an 8, depending how far forward you want to play them. That for me is a fight right now between Kai and Odegaard with what we've got currently in the squad. Marino, that's the only position really, because the purchases that we could be making and the purchases that we have made makes the 2 6s cemented.
Yeah.
And for me, Kai as that central figure behind the striker could be devastating. More so, I feel like Odegaard's very vulnerable for this. He may start the season with him, but I can see him not ending the season with him. And then it makes that very tough. How are you going to use Marino? But then does Arteta do weird Arteta things to try to justify the money spent for signing this player?
Yeah, I agree. Now, because the thing is, obviously, we all kind of know the one midfielder. Obviously, I won't talk about it yet because unless I give the green light, I can't say it.
Yeah.
But we're also looking at others, and that's where I don't quite get where Marino fits in. Because look, it'd be great to have a really big squad, but I know Mikel is anti-big
against
squad,
it, isn't
so
he?
it doesn't make sense that the two don't compute together.
No.
So someone's got to go, and I just don't understand who it is right now. Well, Scott, due to the fact I'm doing the watch along, I guarantee it will be. Because I don't do entertaining games. It's well known. It's very rare I do entertaining games. So yeah, I expect it to be boring, which is why I'm going to make sure I do it so we go through nice and comfortably. Would you consider Ethan as a 10 option, or is he just a right winger? For me, he does 4 roles. Now I've got the data to back this up, so thankfully I have. He does the right wing very well. He can do the left wing very well, do the number 10 well, and he can actually do a false 9. People just haven't seen him there yet.
Right.
But he can do the false 9. So for me, he's just going to be a very well-used squad player for me next season. And I like that. And I'm sure he will be happy with that as well, because he's not going to be starting a lot, but he's going to be utilised.
He's going to be finishing games off and giving valuable rest to those that need it when the fixtures are congested. Going back to Marino, I was just having a thought then. So if we are going to play the 2 theoretically, and you've got the player we think we're going to sign, we've got Declan.
Yeah.
There is still an outside chance we could put a contract on the table for Partey. Outside chance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then there's Miles. And Miles might be cover for left back, but he's also a guy that I want to see in the team. And like what you're talking about with Ethan, I want to see Miles in there because he looks so damn good in midfield. And particularly in that formation. So then what does that's then competing with Marino minutes potentially.
I know, exactly. So I just don't, and he's not because we're actually looking at an attacking midfielder and another kind of box-to-box midfielder as well. So that's the bit that confuses me, because I don't know why we're looking at them when, for me, we've already got enough.
No sense.
Unless there's something that I don't know about, which will shock me. But
unless he's gearing up for 2 formations,
that will shock me even more, to be fair, because that's not Mikel either.
Do you feel that the formation we're kind of talking about, because of the signings, because of who it could be, and Declan, that's the most logical in formation?
Yeah, right? With the simulator that I've seen, it is like a 4-2-3-1. So the front 4, and I include that with the AM as well, are so dangerous.
Interchangeable.
We're just going to be nice and firm at the back.
Yeah.
And unpredictable at the front. And I like that because it excites me.
Are we going to... Now, this is the thing. We are not going to need the left back to invert.
No, which is why we're looking at left back.
But then who are we letting go?
Well, Zinni will be going. And obviously
Kieran.
Kieran's going to Celtic. We all know this.
That's basically the left back. When he first joined, that's the left back we're looking for, right?
Weirdly, yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's literally the same type of left back we're looking at. But they are younger, and touchwood, they have no injury issues.
Because I wanted Kieran to take the captain's armband. I think a lot of fans have forgotten what he was like in the first 2 years.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Imagine what a proper... Yeah, exactly. It's going to be...
Well, those 2 crosses into the box, Saka and Martinelli, and 2 from Saka and Martinelli.
Yeah.
That's bread and butter for a striker.
And one of the best strikers in Premier League history said it last night. If only they had a striker. 100%.
Yeah.
If only...
Well, he would have finished them.
I'll be honest, I expect some 5-6-0 next season with the way that we play. And I will not be shocked if we do it. We have Marine slow up front for us. Well, at the moment, look, at the end of the day, we're going to have to cope with it. I don't like it. A lot of fans don't like it. But to be fair, he's doing the job. I prefer Trossard. I thought he did all right at the weekend.
Oh, he did at the weekend. The thing about Trossard in the game, though, when he was going back, he rather than just get the ball away because nothing travels faster than the ball, right?
Yeah.
He was dribbling himself into trouble a little bit, and he was making me feel a bit skittish in the final minutes. Can you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you
And I'm
mean.
just like, fella, stop it. You know,
Yeah.
make the pass. He lost it at one point.
Yeah, look. At the end of the day, he'll be going next season, so
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned. I will also cry, but I will cry with happiness, Timmy. I will be delighted when he goes. Look, he's done a job, but yeah, we've never utilised him in the best way.
No,
Never put him in the midfield, which we should have done. It is what it is. I'm moving on from it, to be fair. Right, let's move into these stats. No shock on the possession. We just about bossed it. I did say it was going to be very close between the two of us because we both like possession football. I'll go into Real Madrid stats in a minute first. 9 shots, 3 on target, 3 corners, 81% final third phase passing accuracy. Now Arsenal. Now this does not happen very often because don't forget I do all the reactions. 12 shots, 11 on target.
I know.
Nearly 100%.
I said we were going to have to be clinical in the chat. It was like I said, whoever's midfield tracked back the runners better would come out on top.
Yeah.
But 12 and 11 on target.
I know, it's
That's
mad,
remarkable.
That is remarkable. But this is what scares me about next week because we could have what we sometimes do where we don't get like that. We'll have 12 shots, but 1 on target.
Yeah.
And they'll have 10 shots and 8 on target. We don't know. This is football. This is why we love it. But yeah. And with their 78% final third phase passing accuracy as well. XG for people that actually care. XG for Real Madrid was 0.5, 0.41 from open play, 0.09 from set play, 0.24 XG on target. That's how bad Real Madrid actually were. Arsenal, 1.64 expected goals, 1.13 from open play, 0.51 from set plays, and XG on target, which I said, if you always improve on it, you tend to win the game. Ours was 2.76. Beautiful. Right, here we go. First moan of the night. Duels. We didn't win any. I don't like that. I never do. I hate the fact we don't win. I just don't get it. Because I thought, because you use the eyes, and then you look at the stat and you go, what? Because I felt we were stronger last night.
Right. That's what I'd say to you. Now, was it because I felt like every time they tried to put, and they did, Saliba was winning these headers. So was Timber. Timber was, well, yeah, we'll get to that. But, and they, there was quite a few times where the ball would come out and Partey would clean it up, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it must have been playing the ball forward, surely.
I don't know. I'm not happy. But as again, it's not something that I noticed because I
felt like we felt solid.
Yeah, but the stats unfortunately don't lie. So it's something that we need to look into because, it's not good. Passing, 489 for us, 436. It was just 2 very good teams last night. You can see this from the accuracy and the amount of passing and long balls, crosses, 16% for us, 13% for them. 36 touches in the opponent's box,
That's
13
crazy.
for Real Madrid. We're normally on about 36-40 for most games, to be fair. So,
but this is Madrid.
It's about on par. Yeah, but I do think that like having Valverde, who is probably, in my opinion, one of their best midfielders as right back.
Yeah.
That's
like Partey, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's literally the same situation. Valverde is one of their best players, and he was at right back against Martinelli, who was having a great night again, which I'm glad he is because it's shutting up some Arsenal fans who seem to disrespect him for some reason. Right, let's just go on to the starting lineup. This is where the bad news will start to unfold a little bit as well. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Marino with the starting lineup. I don't think anyone was shocked. I know a lot of people wanted to put Timber in centre back and put White as right back and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Did you just think, that's what it was going to be anyway?
I think I wasn't surprised. I like the fact because we're talking about Madrid here.
Yeah.
I don't like moving players around too much. so play to their strengths. And I think where Lewis Skelly is our adapted left back, but he's been playing there, that makes sense. I mean, the argument for me would have been Timber at left back and White at right back.
Yeah.
Because I think we are sleeping on Kivior.
Yes.
He's rustiness. It's rustiness.
Yeah.
But you don't have the clubs lining up that are lining up if he's a bad player. And I don't believe he is a bad player. I think him and Calafiori as a left of a back three or a left side or a left centre back are two very good players.
Yes.
So when you play them in their positions, you give them a platform to perform, and it's not a shocker. So looking at the lineup, what did you think? What change would you have made?
Absolutely nothing.
Right.
I'll be honest, because at the end of the day, we haven't look. When it comes to Mikel, I know that he's never going to trust our actual striker. That's Nathan.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
Nathan was back on the bench last night. But I've given up on it. I've given up caring, because if I keep caring, I just get more and more wound up. And I want to give Mikel a good rating tonight. So if I keep talking about that, I won't give him a good rating. Because it annoys me, At the end of the day,
well, it does me. What's the kid got to do?
I know.
I mean,
but
his final 10 minutes, you're 3-0 up. Stick him on.
The thing is, it looks like he's going to be leaving at the end of the season on a free. It looks like he's going to Norwich.
I can't blame him. Go to Jack.
Well, this is the thing. It's not just Jack there. Ben's also there. And Ben was also from Arsenal as well, who's now their sporting director. So they know him very well and they trust him. And that tells me everything.
He needs to be playing, poor thing.
Yes, he does. He does.
It's going to ruin a career. So
yes,
I hope go for it, kid, is what I say.
I really do hope he gets 30 plus goals next season.
So do I.
I really do.
So do I.
And then he's worth like 30, 40 million quid, because that's all on Mikel. No one else to blame on that one. I agree, Nick. I thought Trossard was selfish and playing for himself at the end. Annoying. Totally agree. For me, he's putting himself on the market now, and he knows he is.
He's shop window playing, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. We can excuse Tuesday over Madrid. Team ratings get a 10-man matchmaking cap. Arteta 10, coaches 7-0 against the legendary coach. Hope we win the Champions League. I'll tell you. Jamie, I don't know what you're going to do next season, because I'm sure you're going to try and wind me up with someone else. Probably Marino, because I'm sure he will still be here. I had faith. What was that? Sorry, I had faith about yesterday's match, and it paid off. Kudos. Yeah, I know a lot of people did, and I know Tony did.
For Goal, I'm going to call him Goal. For people that had confidence, why? What? Just saying in the chat. Why did you? What did you say? What was it that you thought? Yeah, we've got them, and why?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
Because I know Tony's reason. He thinks this is not the Real Madrid of Real Madrid, and I get that.
Yep.
It's not the Real Madrid of the Real Madrids. We did on the preview. I did the proper Real Madrid that had Ronaldo, Real, Guti, Beckham. That's a proper Real Madrid. This is not the best one, but
I mean, you see those players walking out though, Bobby, and it's Jude Bellingham and Messi, Modric, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinny. Vinny. Sorry, you're seeing all of these people come out, and you're like, whoa. And the thing about these teams is, like, I see United getting absolutely hammered, and I'm like, I wish we could play them next week. And we don't. We played them in 3 months, and by then we get the best version of United that's been in the entire season. Same as with Tottenham, same with Chelsea. Doesn't matter how bad these teams are doing, we always seem to get the best version of them, and then they go back to being poop after we've played them. And so that's why I was like, Dr. Arsenal's coming along. Don't worry, Madrid. You lost at the weekend, but you're going to find your form against us. Not because we're bad, but they seem to raise their level against us, and that's why I was like, ugh. So
no, I agree. Really, I would love the momentum Arsenal players possess when playing with big clubs to mid-table teams.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. We're playing Brentford at the weekend, and I'll be honest, I can expect a horrible game. That's what I expect from Arsenal, because that's how they please me one day and they upset me the next. So I'm kind of prepared myself. Now, talking about the next game, Saka is the biggest problem.
I knew it was. I could tell by the way he was walking.
Yeah. We should hear tomorrow if he's all okay. Rice has also got a nasty gash. Now,
I
if
saw
you
blood coming
remember,
through his sock.
yeah. Now, if you remember, Martinelli had one. I think it was it last season? He had a really nasty gash last season, and he was out for quite a while because obviously you can't play football whilst the gash keeps opening up.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's fine. And Timber needs to be looked at, but we should be okay with Timber. But Saka is the biggest concern. At the moment.
So was that why was he moving the way he was moving? What gave him issue? Was
What
it the
with
ankle?
Yeah, his ankle. Yeah.
Right.
So they're going to assess that, but it should be okay. But he unfortunately is the biggest doubt at the moment. But we shall wait and see. But it is what it is. It's just our lot this season, isn't it? It's just our lot this season.
I know it is. I know.
Yeah.
But just when it's okay because Madrid will then feel confident, and then Ethan's going to deliver a masterclass, so it's all good.
Well, this is the thing. I hope that it. Honestly, I obviously don't want Saka not playing, but if it's Ethan, I'll be honest, I'm not worried about Ethan stepping in because
no, I'm not.
He's sublime himself.
It would be a typical Highlander just to step up and put in a masterclass at the Bernabeu, wouldn't it?
100%. Yeah. With how yesterday's match pan out, 100% there's there's room for improvement. That's why we were doing duels and stuff. There is still stuff that we weren't perfect on. Yeah. That goes in perfectly to player ratings, which I don't have to do this time because Nick's decided to join me on the show, so Nick can do all the ratings, and I don't feel bad when I low score people. So, Raya, what are you going to give Raya?
Bobby, I do apologise. These are going to be good ratings, okay? So I might blow things out because, let's face it, my context is we are playing the reigning European champions, and I'm ranking this as one of the best, if not the best, of the Emirates era.
Okay.
Right. So, Raya, I thought Raya was really, really good last night.
Yes, he was.
And I liked the way that when he came out and he punched the ball, it cleared the area. It's stuff like that. Yep. Incidentally, Courtois, how do you concede 3 goals and play like that? He was immense. So Courtois gets a 10. I thought he was absolutely amazing. Wasn't that his first game back? Has he been injured?
Yes, because Looney's been playing. There's some other youngster that's been playing as well. Yeah,
fantastic performance. Anyway, I'm giving Raya a sort of like a brilliant 8. It was.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. We'll move on to Timber.
Loved him. Loved what I saw. What he done last night. That it was like, do you want to go outside? That's fine. You go inside. Do you want to go outside? That's fine. If you want to cut inside, that's absolutely fine. I love the way we recovered and strangled the space. I love the way that he supported when he got forward. He is I was going to say an 8.
No, I'm fine with that.
I feel he. Yeah, go on, an 8. I'm going to go an 8.
Okay. No, that's fine. Saliba
was good. I felt he was better towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to also give him an 8. Clean sheet, Madrid.
Mate, I've got no issue with these ratings so far. Kivior.
He had that one pass, and that would have been really, really easy for him to shrink and disappear. I thought he was the stronger out of the two, personally, for me, with how he was getting close. He done the Gabriel job last night, and I'm going to give him an 8, albeit I could have easily gave him a higher. No, I'm going to give him an 8, but it's a stronger 8 than Saliba's.
Fair enough. Miles,
we don't do halves.
No, we do not
do halves. I think he got an assist against Madrid that I think people have missed. Was solid. Rodrigo was nowhere to be seen. This is one of the because Rodrigo for me is underrated.
Yes,
he's a dangerous customer, and he had no joy. He had no joy against Miles. 18 years old. I'm giving him a 9.
No, I've got no issues with that.
TP, I would say this has been possibly his best Arsenal season, and that was one of his best performances this season.
Mm-hmm.
From the interception, there was a moment when not only did he give the ball away in the second half, but he recovered to win it back as well. Somebody else lost it. He put in a sterling challenge. He made some great interceptions. He kept us ticking. He was safe hands on the turn, getting rid of the ball. He's an 8 for me.
Okay, awesome. Declan
is a 10. I'm giving it to him. Though I can't. Sorry. He gets the 10 for those free kicks.
Yeah.
The thing about I think that a lot of people miss with Declan. When I took my boy for his 18th to go and see England, I said to him, "Look, just watch what he does. He's positioning off that he works so freaking hard to find space. Whenever there is a defender that has the ball, watch what Declan Rice is doing. He is bursting into space to be their outlet for the defense, so they've got an easy ball." And he works so hard to find that so that there's an easy pass and he gets them going. I do hear that sometimes he's a bit sideways and backwards and all the rest of it, but I don't know what instruction Arteta's given him in his ear. He keeps it safe sometimes, and I think Arteta is risk averse, but 10. It was well deserved. Come on. He was brilliant.
Oh, he was. I'm definitely not disagreeing with this. Martin.
I feel like I'm being generous if I say a 7.
Yeah,
and I don't like kicking people when I feel like they're down, but it's kind of like around the box. If you think first half, his passing was just off. It was like trying to feed into Saka. It was the wrong choice. Should have maybe gone. There was a moment when he should have taken the ball forward and he fell over for a free kick. And I was like, what are you doing? So just get the ball from out your feet and blooming hit it. You don't know what's going to happen. And it's just moments like that I feel you can tell that the confidence isn't there because he's looking for a pass rather than taking a shot. And I think I've talked him down to a 6. I'm sorry. I don't feel there was enough there because his press and what he does do in that is a standard part of his game. And I would say a 6 is a standard. I don't feel it got higher than that. I do apologise, people.
No, you know what it is? And this is the bit that annoys me because a lot of people go, oh, yeah, but he's just having a hard time. Okay, explain why he got so many assists when he was away on international duty then. Because because everyone said, oh, he's back now. Look how he's got 3 assists against, I think it was Israel, I think he played.
Is he turning into a flat track bully?
Because it's like, why can't you do it for Arsenal then, who actually pay your wages? And not exactly a small amount, a huge amount. He's one of our highest paid earners.
Yeah.
And I've got zero excuse for him because one, he's also our captain. And that's the bit that annoys me even more.
Yeah.
Because he's the man that we want to look up to.
And I want him to find his best and be happy. And I would prefer Arteta move the armband on because I feel like he needs a captain. Someone needs to give him, come on. Do you know what I mean? And I feel when it's the captain, are the other players saying the things they need to be saying to him? Or is it being held back? I don't know.
No, I agree. Saka.
I thought Saka done extremely well. He had Alaba on toast. I mean, they were doubling up on him. They didn't know if he was going outside, inside. It was brilliant. And he's not even back to his best. I felt like that was 70% Saka, 65% Saka.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
That wasn't even top. So he was brilliant. And I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was really good. Martinelli, I felt he was positive. He tracked back. He worked. I would say a 7 for Martinelli. I thought that was a good game. But not on the level that Saka did for his 75 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. We'll finish on Mikel or Marino.
Mikel Marino, I'm going to listen. The ball's into the box. The striker scores them. He's not a striker. He's a midfielder trying to do a job.
Yeah.
I feel there are times with we should be using Marino a bit like a Giroud character,
Yeah.
and we should be looking for the headers and flicks and having Martinelli and Saka run off him in behind, because I feel that could, because he is good in he can win a header. But I thought he was extremely solid, and he got an absolute beauty of a goal. That any striker would be proud again of in the Champions League, let alone against Real Madrid. So for that, he's getting a really solid 8 from me.
No, again, I don't disagree. Tammy does disagree. He says, I disagree.
Sorry, mate. I know.
MLS and Waneri have saved us 180 million. Oh, easily.
Facts.
Yeah.
That is
literally no doubt about that. I'm rating Nick's ratings of Declan a -1,000. He's love it. I'm rating Nick's overall ratings a -100. Fair enough.
Sorry, Tammy.
Right, let's move on to the subs. So Trossard did come on for long enough to be rated, so be
6.
free to do what you want. There you go.
6.
Yeah, we'll move on from Tross. Tierney came on for long enough
7.
as well to be
I
scored.
liked it. I liked what I saw from him. I'm going to miss him. Great guy.
Yeah,
do you know what? On the last day of his contract,
yes,
we could put him in the Champions League final if we made it. He would run his lungs off for us.
Oh, God, he would. Yeah. Well, this is what I love about Kieran.
Yeah.
We all know where he's going. It's no shock to anybody.
Yeah.
But he still plays for this shirt, and he loves it at Arsenal. But it's just not worked out, sadly.
No.
Ben obviously came on. There you go.
5. That's
well, it's literally came on for moments. Just wish Marino and Odegaard would stay on their feet and not chop themselves
I agree.
down. Is that a reason why we're losing on the Oh, that's a
could well be, because I felt there were about 3 times there was somebody on the wing as well. Who was it? They could have got the ball in I think from the right hand side, and they fell over rather than putting the cross in. It was like the contact was made and they went down, and it was like no. Just was it? You're right. It was, and maybe that's correct. That because I can think of at least 3 or 4 times I felt we were looking for the ref to blow the whistle off of soft contact, and I don't like it. And people do. The rival fans call us out for it, and they would be right to in that game because I saw it in the first half.
Yeah,
I felt we cut that out largely in the second.
Yeah, to be fair, Arsenal Bubble, you could be spot on because that would make sense actually, because you would lose the duel.
Yeah.
And obviously there's no free kick.
And the ref didn't blow it, and the ref didn't blow for it, did he?
So that will be a stat that is go down as a loss. So yes, that would make sense. Give KT the armband for well, I would, and I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans would.
Yeah.
But Mikel won't do that. Let's be honest. So there we go. Right, we're going to start rating Nicholas Hover for our set pieces.
He gets a 6 because by all accounts Declan ignored him and done his own thing.
Yes, so people say. Anyway, Mikel.
Yes, well, Mikel.
I will control you if you go crazy on him. There's still things that just weren't perfect with him last
No, there wasn't. But he got a win on his first attempt over the reigning European champions.
Yep.
I still would have liked to have seen Ethan come on, NBO come on. But by and large, he didn't get the lineup wrong. He didn't get the tactics wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The players were focused and they definitely responded at halftime. So I'm going to give him a 9.
No, I'm fine with that. That's what I was thinking all day when I was thinking about this. Because obviously I never know if anyone's going to join me for reaction, so I have to obviously think of my own ratings myself. Yeah. And I was on a 9 because I just wanted to mark him down for one, not bringing on Ethan. You know, I thought when Saka was going off, I thought excellent, Ethan.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
he brought on Trossard, and that was the wrong one. That was the only thing I felt maybe, but I would have liked to have seen Nathan come. I mean, I'm just going to bang that drum. I would have.
No, mate, I get it. You know, even just 5 minutes at the end.
Yeah,
just give him a chance.
Even if that's his only time, and it's like a thank you, kid, for being professional and sitting on my bench. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to lose anything in the last 5 minutes as such when you're 3-0 up. Not with your striker. It's not like you're changing your keeper or your centre back or something like that. You're talking about your striker.
Yeah, or changing your right back, which he likes to do a lot. Anyway, I agree. Even more, Hover gets a -10. Well, yeah, I'm going to move on. Okay. I'm going to move on. But that is the ratings done. That is the reaction done. I appreciate Nick for coming on, because this is never easy, this show, to be fair, when it's a reaction. There's just sometimes it can go really well. Obviously, I think I did a record quick one about 10 minutes for the Everton, because sometimes it's just like I just want to talk about it, get it done. Yeah, but this one a little bit more positive as well for us, which is nice.
Our fans were amazing last night.
Oh, big up they were. Yeah. Big up. What I don't, again, the annoying part of this is, why are they not up for every single home game?
I know. If we could just, there was that's how it should be. Yeah.
I'll be honest. If someone said to me, right, Premier League or Champions League, I want the Premier League.
I know what you mean, because it's like a imposter syndrome in a way. But I will take. We've done that 13 times, Bobby. So
I want it again.
The Champions League.
I want it every single blooming time, mate. I never want anyone else winning it. That's just me. I want to be kings of England all the time.
But, I mean, at least we've done a service to the league. We secured the 5th spot.
Yes, which is perfect timing to bring in Geordie's comments. Big up to Geordie. Obviously, got 5th is now open for Champions League. So,
well, I think they've got 4th. I think they've got 4th sewn up.
They might have, They might have. He's always said fakes for it, but I hope you're doing well, Geordie. It's good to see you, because I know you sometimes in and sometimes out of the comments. What a win, lads! Yeah, it was a great win. Thanks. It helps us a lot. Exactly. For me, I think you've got it now. I think.
Yeah, I do.
I'll be shocked if you guys don't get it. Now, before we talk about where we can find Nick, I do want to talk about a show that I'm doing Sunday night, and it will be the return of this. So I will be doing that on Sunday, and it will be an interesting one, because I'm doing my transfer window. This is mine. No one is forcing me to do any players. I don't care if we're actually going to sign the player. I'm doing my transfer window.
Fine.
I am selling someone that is going to be upsetting, I guarantee, 99.9% of the Arsenal fan base. So I don't care.
Lieber, yeah.
Hell no, I'm not selling him.
Okay.
Everyone knows who I'll be selling, because I have not been impressed with him for a long time this season, and he's just annoyed me now. It's time just to get him out. But that's just mine. It's obviously Arsenal will never going to do that, but I am, because it's my transfer window. It's my 300 million quid. I will do what I want with it. Thank you very much. I'm going to get loads of curly whirlies. Oh, screw. They are not screwing the league. I will keep continuously with this. All the refs are rubbish. Temi, what I recommend you do is look at the Championship, League One, League Two, National League refs. They're all rubbish. And they're the people that we have to pick the next ones out of. They're all rubbish. Every single ref in England at the moment is rubbish. The women's, brilliant. Men's, suck. As simple as that. Unless we're going to go and raid the WSL for all their refs, which I guarantee will not go down well with the WSL, because that means they'll have to have the men's. So no. Unfortunately, we're just stuck with them, and they're just all rubbish. But I've always said this, and I think all Arsenal fans know this: don't give the ref an excuse. Just don't give them one.
Yeah,
and that's how I've always. I think even when I was being trained as a footballer when I was young.
You was always
Just don't
told
give
that.
they just don't give a ref an excuse to give you a stupid yellow card, because if they're in a bad mood or they've got a grudge against you, and it does happen even at Sunday league level, Saturday league, local league level, if they've got a grudge against you, they'll give you a yellow card just for the fun of it. But there's got to be a reason. So they're not just going to go, oh, you kick the ball, yellow card. They're not going to just do that. But if you give them a reason with a tackle or some stupid decision you've made, they'll give you a yellow card. And that's what
that was a little bit amusing with Camavinga last night, wasn't it?
Well, exactly. And he deserved it.
We were like, the Arsenal fans were like, yeah, we know what that's like.
That ref last night, incredible. Well done. Because it was his first proper big Champions League performance, and he was brilliant last night. There are some good ones, but there's not many. That's the problem. And we got like 5 top leagues in Europe. We all want our best refs. We all do. So no one's going to say, oh, let's have yours. That ain't going to happen, because that means they'll want ours, and that ain't going to happen either. But yeah, so the Hard Truth will be here on Sunday night. It's my transfer window. So I'll be doing it how I want to. And that means if I want to sell someone, I will be. So yeah, after everything they boys proves themselves, men, they did last night. Yeah. Was playing on a suspension last night. He bottled that yellow. He deserved a yellow. I'm pretty sure if he was got a yellow last night, he would have been suspended for the next game.
It was.
But he should have got a yellow for that double tug back on Odegaard, I think.
Yeah.
So again, the ref, even though he had a great game last night, he still made errors, and that's what they do. I have a dream. I'm not going to say this because someone will clip me. So I'm going to leave that comment up there because someone will clip me and say, look, oh, this is what you said. But look, I will do one game at a time. Let's hope we get through next week's game. Then we'll see who we're playing, because obviously, I'll be honest, I couldn't call it between PSG and Aston Villa. I'll be honest. I think at PSG are slight favourites, but Villa are a good team themselves.
Villa have got all the tools to get that job done.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to say this because unfortunately Cole is a Man United fan and he will get so upset by me if I say this. So I'm just going to say MIB. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say that because if I say that and Colm hears me, he's going to be so upset with me. So I'm not going to do that. He is my proper brother, Colm. So big up to you, saying hi. Nick, thank you ever so much for coming on, mate. Where can they find you, my friend?
I'm here talking to you. That's all. That's it. I mean, we've got the Geeks of Muckleby thing going on, but nothing much at the moment. So yeah, this is it.
Thank you very much, mate. See me again. Oh, crikey, what have I got? I got Friday night. Pod Brother looks like he's going to be back Friday night, which is lovely. For the Brentford preview. The watch along will be done Saturday night, followed by the reaction of the Brentford game. Sunday, Hard Truth. Then Tuesday night next week will be the Real Madrid preview. So everyone can do their homework on the challenge because everyone knows what game it will be because you saw what game it was last night or the previous night. So you'll know what the game is next week for the retro challenge. You'll do your homework for it. But yeah, I think that's it for now. But thank you ever so much, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Big up to the 114 people currently watching. Really do appreciate it. But you'll see me very, very soon. Take care. Speak to you later.
Take care, everyone.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.